It's Michelle and Olive, and we're here today to do a October reading wrap-up. The first book that we read, I say we because she cuddles with me a lot when I read, that we read was The Homicidal Hairstyle of the Viral Video Vixen by Phillip Mottaz. And this book comes out today, the day I'm filming, which is November 1st. And it's the second book in the Psychic Barber mystery series. It could stand alone though, so if you're interested in reading it, you could just get this book, and then if you like it, get the first book, or you could get both at the same time. I also have some of these bookmarks. If any of you are interested in having one, go on Instagram and send me a direct message with your address and I'll send you one. But I did give this book 4 stars. I thought it was really good. And if you like mysteries, I think that you would like it. It kind of feels like a book version of the movie Clue, and the pace of it and the way that it's written. I did do a standalone video just about this book that I will link up here. I also did a reading vlog of these 2 books, A Scarlet Letter and Hester. I'm sure by now you probably know what A Scarlet Letter is about. Hester is a historical fiction about who the author imagines might have inspired Nathaniel Hawthorne to write The Scarlet Letter. And I thought they were both really good, beautiful books. I give them both 5 stars. And that vlog should be out in the next couple days if you want to hear more about them. I did the Hello Reads Readathon, which also has vlogs where I go quite a bit more in depth about the different books that I read. And I will link those videos as well up here and down in the description box. But just to quickly tell you, I read The Ghost Cat, and I gave this one 5 stars. I thought it was so good. And it was just nice to return to the good old days, I guess you would say. And what I mean by that is just a simpler time without social media and the internet and all the crazy things that kind of get in the way now of having a very anxiety-free life. I also listened to The Babysitter Lives by Stephen Graham Jones. I thought that one was really good. It kind of felt like Horror Store by Grady Hendrix to me. The feel of it. Obviously, it's a totally different book, but it had that kind of feel. I thought it was really good. I gave that one 4 stars. Then I read Cackle by Rachel Harrison. That was another 5-star read for me. I had such a good month. Not just being able to read a lot of books, but how much I enjoyed the books that I read. I read Frankenstein. This was another 5-star read for me. Then I listened to the book Stay Awake by Megan Goldin. You probably know what that one is about. It's about a woman who wakes up with a bunch of words written all over her hands and nothing on her, and she doesn't remember anything, and she's being accused of killing someone. I thought it was a really good book also. If I were to compare it to a movie, I would compare it to The Game with Sean Penn and Michael Douglas. If you haven't seen that movie, by the way, I recommend it. It was an Edge of the Cedar book, and it was a very exciting ride. However, the ending fell flat. I didn't like who did it or why. Or I should say, why I think they did it, because the why wasn't really explained in a way that made sense to me. This book, sorry I'm bending over, but it's just so you can see Olive too. This book is a dual storyline book between the current time and 2 years ago, and then also between Liv, the protagonist, and a storyline of the detective that's working on the case. I did think it was a good book, though. Did you like it? Get a kiss? Oh, you just want to smell me? No kisses? You're mad. What's going on out there that's got you so irritated? Then I read Clouds Without Water. This was an ARC that was sent to me by the publisher. I did also do a standalone video for this one, so I will link that up above and down below. But it was a 5-star read for me. I thought it was really good. It's a historical fiction. I did a buddy read with my friend AJ over at AJ Dunn Reads and Writes. And the book that we read together was The Magician's Assistant by Ann Patchett. I've been having a hard time. Hey. I've been having a hard time. Quiet. I've been having a hard time figuring out how to describe this book without giving anything away. Because I think it's the kind of book that's... No. I think it's the kind of book that's good to go into without really knowing what it's about. But what I will say is it's about a woman named Sabine whose husband has just passed away. And she finds out that he has this whole other life in his past that she never knew about. And the book really What? What am I ignoring? The book really centers around her grief. And the grief that the other people involved are experiencing. I was a little bit confused by the character Sabine, some of the things that she did and some of the reactions that she had to different things were just a little bit foreign to me. And do you want me to scoot over here? But I just feel like Ann Patchett's writing is like a nice hug or rocking in a rocking chair or something. There's something so soothing about it and peaceful and healing. I just love her books so far because I've also read The Dutch House. And I thought this book was really good. I did not like the ending. It was way too open for me. I have no idea what ended up happening with some of the storylines that I was really invested in. So because of that, I give it 4 stars. But I did think it was a good book. And I think I would read it again, too. I'm so excited because in my nonfiction November readathon, I'm going to be reading one of Ann Patchett's books, the collection of essays that she wrote. I think it's called These Precious Days, These Precious Moments. Anyway, I'm so excited to read another one of her books. And I had a lot of fun doing the buddy read with AJ. AJ is fun to do buddy reads with. So then I listened to Greenwich Park by Katherine Faulkner. This book was a trip. This one kind of felt like Bridget Jones's Diary, although it was a thriller / mystery. But just some of the silliness and some of the writing was just kind of fun and flamboyant, and it took place in England. So I think if you like Bridget Jones's Diary and you like thrillers, you might really like this one. So in this book, we follow 3 different women who are all pregnant, and they're all about the same amount along in their pregnancies. The protagonist in this book is Helen. Now there's quite a few characters, and the storyline bounces around a lot, and it does change between different characters. So Helen has the perfect life, and she starts going to a prenatal class, and she meets Rachel. And Rachel is a single mother-to-be. She's kind of crazy, or kind of, I shouldn't say crazy. Well, yeah, fuck it. She's kind of crazy in the sense that she's like kind of wild. She smokes, she drinks. Not what you expect with somebody who's pregnant, right? But she's really funny, and she's fun to hang out with. And the 2 of them become friends. But Rachel's behavior starts becoming increasingly erratic. And they have a shared history that Helen doesn't realize. And this hidden history threatens to unravel everyone's life. The other pregnant woman as well, which is Helen's sister-in-law. So this book is about secrets, whether or not you can really trust people, who can you trust. It was very juicy. There was a lot of twists and turns. The characters were very unlikable, but I don't think they were supposed to be likable. They weren't very good people or very nice people. Some parts of it felt a little bit far-fetched, but maybe not. I really did enjoy it. I had a hard time turning it off. When I was listening to it, I wanted to keep listening. And I give this one 4 stars. The last book that I read was part of the Thrill a Month book club that AJ Dunn puts on. And that was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. I saw the movie years ago and remembered a little bit about the movie, which I do plan on watching the movie soon. Have you seen the movie or read the book? Let me know. I started reading this book years ago before I moved to Las Vegas. Brad had found it at a free book area and thought that I would enjoy it and brought it home for me. And I started reading it, but kind of slowly. And then when the move happened, I ended up not keeping the copy and figuring at some point I would pick up another copy and read it. And here we are. This book has a protagonist named Rachel, which in the last book I mentioned, that was one of the main characters also, was a lady named Rachel. I'm assuming most of you know what this book is about. So I'll just tell you my thoughts on it as opposed to what it's about. I found it to be very intoxicating and addictive. It's about grief, loss, letting go, anxiety, depression. It's about how interwoven our lives can be. It's about lies, how destructive lies can be. The lies that we tell ourselves, the lies we tell other people, the lies other people tell us. And it was also about how deceptive other people's lives can be to us. And what I mean by that is we can see someone's life from the outside. We can see them on social media, for example, and think, wow, this chick always has the perfect hair and the perfect makeup, and she's got this beautiful house and a good-looking husband and just this amazing life, and I'm so jealous. But the truth is, people that have lives that look perfect usually have lives that are very imperfect in real life. Behind that camera, the house might have pee stains on the floor that their dog left a month ago, and it might stink really bad in there, but you don't know that in a video. Or this really good-looking husband that's so in love with his wife in the videos that we watch or the pictures that we see might actually cheat on her and not want to spend any time with her, or maybe he's mentally abusive, or, I mean, we don't know. There's always things going on behind closed doors that we're not aware of. And it was a interesting reminder to not put so much weight and stock into what I see other people's lives as being. Because I'm human. I compare myself to other people, and I get jealous sometimes and think, ah, well, that must be nice. And the truth is, maybe it is nice, maybe it's not. Maybe my life is better than I think, kind of thing. I really love this book, though. I thought it was so good. I gave it 5 stars. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it because they find the characters to be unreliable and unlikable, but I find that to be more interesting in a book. It leaves me guessing longer, and as far as the unlikable characters go, if I'm honest, I find most people in real life to be somewhat unlikable as well. So to me, it's just realistic. So those are all the books that I read. I actually read 12 books in October. I can't believe I read that many. But I'm thinking, okay, I did a readathon, and I was injured with my foot, so I was laying around a lot more. I probably had a lot more time to read, and Brad was out of town for 9 days in October, so it was really easy to read because I was just hanging out at home alone the whole time. Will I read that many books in November? I don't know. I just did my November TBR video. If you're interested in seeing what I'm planning on reading, I've got a lot of good books that, or I think they're good, that I'm trying to read in November. And I'm going to be doing some reading vlogs, especially for the nonfiction books, because I'm taking part in Nonfiction November. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. What? You've got the prettiest eyes. You're in a spunky mood today, huh? Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you want to read any of these books. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Happy reading. Bye. Olive says bye too.